Alright, anyone there? Sorry, getting late start here. If you're here, give me just a minute, okay? Let me just do one more thing. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, I put the link to the story over in the comments, and it's up on the screen too. I don't know if you can really copy and paste that, but you should be able to copy and paste it in your from the comments if you can see those. Actually, may even be like a real link. I'm not sure. Never tried that before. Alright, I'm not sure if anyone, you guys are signed in. I don't see anybody, but let me let's see here with the vocabulary, because that quiz is tomorrow. And let me pull it up here. And like last time, if I get knocked offline, then just stay with me here. I'll be back. I'll be back in a minute or so. All right. Alright, that took longer than normal. Sorry about that. I was about to give up on it. Let me try and pull this up. And, let me see. Alright, I'm gonna try this again. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Alright, well, either way, we're going to have a quiz tomorrow. Whether we're at home or in class. I'm hoping that we're in class. But who knows? I thought we would have been in class today, so. Alright, let's. Turn these around. Okay. The verb to marry. It's taking its time. Deep, like deep into the forest, and that is teeth. And to come home. Maybe I had this before. Heimkommen. Heimkommen. That's an older word, but people might still say that. Pity or sympathy. Der Jäger hatte Mitleid mit Schneewittchen. fear, die Angst. We use that word in English sometimes. Spoon, okay, so everything in the house is smaller, but we'll use the regular words. Der Löffel, of course, in the story it's das Löffelein, little spoon. A fork is die Gabel, but in the story it's Gabellein, a little fork. Das Messer, and I think in the story they also call it Messerlein. But here's the word we have, das Messer. Happy, froh, and to wake up, not to wake somebody up, but to wake up on your own. Erwachen, to remain or to stay, like you tell your dog, stay. That is bleiben. Mountain is der Berg. Ready. Bereit is this word. Bereit. Warn, to warn, is close to English. Warnen. Warnen. Good. Tremble or to shake is zittern. And anger is Wut, die Wut. To die. Anyone? I know you're not on here, I'm just asking you. Because we learned to kill, to murder, that's töten. Umbringen, we learned the word for dead, Tod. And then to die is the verb to die, sterben. Dark, dunkel. Farmer's wife. There's two words in the story it uses, but this is Bauersfrau. That's probably an easier one. The other one is Bäuerin, which has an umlaut A. Hold on. It's taking its time here. Try it again. Just keep clicking Alt. I think I was clicking on the wrong thing. To give us a gift, schenken. We've had that a couple times before in other classes. Pieces, plural. This is plural. Die Teile, about the apple in zwei Teile. Two pieces. This is the noun, half. And that is, that's die Hefte. Die Hefte with the umlaut A-L-F-T. And poisoned, this is the adjective, poisoned. Vergiftet, vergiftet. Bite, der Biss. View or a gaze, it could be like a view out your window, but it also could be a gaze that someone gives you. But I think, well, I forget how it's used here. I think it's used maybe both ways. Der Blick is this word. And laugh. We've had many times before. Lachen, the witch laughed überlaut. Joy we had before in this. Die Freude. And cry, weinen. Always. Always is immer. And then there's a word for never, which isn't used that commonly in normal German, but it's just that puts an N in front of it. So immer is always, and nimmer is the other. Nimmer is like never, so always and never. To enchant. Yes. Bezaubern. I think I told you last time, Zauber, Z-A-U-B-E-R, is the word for magic. But bezaubern is the verb to enchant. Mouth, right here. She barely had the apple in her mouth. Der Mund. And open, the verb to open is öffnen. Eyes, plural, like we have a couple of plural ones here. Die Teile, this one's is die Augen, plural. Astonished, erstaunt. And heart, das Herz. And floor, like the floor of your house is der Boden, we've had that. And legs, plural again, we have die Teile, die Augen, all these are plural, and die Beine. Die Beine. World is die Welt. Castle is das Schloss. Really, maybe a better word is a palace for this one, but there's another word for castle that's like a fortress kind of castle, but this is a palace where people would live in peacetime, is das Schloss. And a goodbye or farewell, like what's depicted in this picture. Not the word goodbye, not the, like, what you say when you leave somebody, but the actual noun for this whole event of saying goodbye is called der Abschied. Der Abschied. Okay, wedding. Well, we had heiraten is to marry, but a wedding is die Hochzeit. Die Hochzeit. To invite, einladen. To rush. We had a word similar to this earlier, but it's this beeilen. That word was island. This word is beeilen. It really means the same thing, to hurry, to rush. Iron, as in things are made of iron, like this guy's costume here, and that is eisern. Eisern. Hot coals, like in the fire. Hot coals, das Kohlenfeuer. And if they're hot red and glowing, I think that's the next word, glowing red coals, it's glühenden. Glühenden. We'll see how that plays a role here. Two more. To dance, tanzen. We've had that, not in this chapter or this section, but we had it before. And then ground. We had der Boden is the floor, and the ground, we might use those words interchangeably. Usually talk about a floor would be inside of a house or, some kind of man-made floor. And the ground, well, could be inside. They use the same word for this, Boden and die Erde, kind of interchangeably, because Snow White falls to the ground. Alright, so that quiz will be tomorrow. Again, whether we're in class or not, we'll do it some way. Okay, now I'm going to try to share something else here. I'm going to take that away. And man, it took me so long to get, we don't have a whole lot of time. Make sure I don't have anything else open. Alright, see how this works here. If I get knocked off here. So, nope. can do is try it again. I need to start a GoFundMe account or something and get a, I don't know what I need. Better laptop or maybe an iPad or something, I don't know. Alright, let's try it again. There we go. I can tell right away if it's going to work or not. Okay, so we're getting there. I hate to do it this way over the all online. I wish we were in class. So, pretty far. Yeah, okay, so we got to the point where they didn't want to bury her. Here we go. They've been mourning her, all the animals came, okay. And then it's time to bury her, and they say this here, Das können wir nicht die Schwarze, there's in the black ground, there's to lower something. It's like you lower a coffin down into a hole, right? So, das können wir nicht in die schwarze Erde versinken. So they had this word here, this transparent Sarg von Glas, Sarg, coffin, von Glas machen. They had this made, and they put her in it, and then with golden letters, mit goldenen Buchstaben, her name on it, like on the top, and they put Schneewittchen, and then das ist eine Königstochter wäre, that she was a princess, basically, a king's daughter. I'm not sure why they use that word, because here they're going to call the guy who comes along a Königssohn, so that's, anyway, it mimics itself. But Königstochter wäre, then they put her out on this mountain, and one of them, einer von ihnen, one of them, blieb, that's the word today, bleiben, to stay, blieb immer, there's immer, blieb immer, all dabei, und bewachte. So we had beweinen, which is to mourn, and bewachen is to keep watch over it. So, that beweinen, which is right up here, here it is, beweinten, and then down here, bewachen, to watch. Okay. Und, okay, then the three animals come, okay. And then here, I'm going to pick up just a little bit into where we left off. Es geschah, aber it happened, it came to pass, something like that, dass ein Königssohn in den Wald geriet und zu dem Zwergenhaus kam, da zu übernachten. So he's traveling through the forest, and he has servants with him. We find that out later, I'll just tell you. But he comes there to stay the night with at the Zwergenhaus. Let me make this so you can take my little side picture out there. Okay. And good. He's going to spend the night there. Sah auf dem Berg den Sarg. So he wants to go check out why there's a coffin on top of the mountain. Und das schöne Schneewittchen darin. Und las, he read, was mit goldenen, there's that word again, with gold geschrieben war. So he knows she was a princess, and princes tend to want to be with princesses, at least in the stories, right? So, da sprach zu den Zwergen, lasst mir den Sarg. So earlier, when Schneewittchen goes out in the woods with the hunter, and it becomes apparent what's going to happen, she says to the hunter, lass mir mein Leben, let me have my life. He says to the dwarves, lasst mir den Sarg, let me have the coffin. Well, he didn't just want the coffin, he wants the girl inside of it also. Then he goes to make a deal with them. Ich will euch geben, was ihr dafür haben wollt. I want to give you, was ihr dafür haben wollt. Whatever you guys want for it. So I would imagine Prince is a person of means. So ich will euch geben, was ihr dafür haben wollt. Aber die Zwerge antworteten, wir geben ihm nicht für in der Welt. So their answer is negative at first. We won't give it to you für alles Gold in der Welt. Welt is one of our words in the vocabulary. For all the gold in der Welt. Just like the witch is, he's a pretty crafty dealer here. He says, da sprach so, schenkt mir ihn. There's the verb schenken, to give as a gift. Alright, if you don't want money for it, or gold, or whatever, schenkt mir ihn. Schenkt mir den Sarg, is what he's saying. Just give it to me then. Maybe it's priceless, you can't put a price on it. Then give it to me as a gift. Schenkt mir ihn, schenkt mir den Sarg. And why? And this is important, it changes the dwarf's mind. Then, talking about himself here, the prince, ich kann nicht leben, ohne Schneewittchen zu sehen. Ich kann nicht leben, I can't live, without ohne Schneewittchen zu sehen. Gets a little creepy again here. Ich will es ehren und hochachten wie mein Liebstes. Even weirder. I will honor it and revere. I will honor her and revere her as my dearest. I don't want to say possession, but yeah, my dearest. I don't know. My beloved. Let's just say. All right, that sounds good. All right, now she's dead. If I didn't mention that. But she looks like she's alive. But it is what it is. So schenkt mir ihn, denn ich kann nicht leben, ohne Schneewittchen zu sehen. Ich will es ehren und hochachten wie mein Liebstes. I'll honor it and revere it like my, what did I say? My beloved. Okay. Und wie so sprach, empfanden die guten Zwerglein Mitleid mit ihm. So, I pointed out this lasst mir den Sarg being similar to what Snow White says to the hunter, lass mir mein Leben, and then he thinks about, the wild animals will get her, blah, 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 and then it says, der Jäger hatte Mitleid für Schneewittchen. Well, here, the prince is asking the same form of a question, or a statement, lass mir den Sarg, and then it says, die Zwerglein hatten Mitleid mit ihm. So they took, they had empathy, compassion, sympathy for him, the prince. So, yeah, it works the same way. Lass mir den Sarg, lass mir mein Leben, der Jäger hatte Mitleid, die guten Zwerglein hatten Mitleid mit ihm. Okay, and what do? Und gaben ihm den Sarg. They gave it to him. Der Königssohn ließ ihn nun von seinen Dienern auf den Schultern vortragen. So he has these Dienern. Dienen is the verb to serve. But Dienern, as a career or whatever, is a servant, I guess. It's not really a career, but so der Königssohn ließ ihn. He had the coffin carried by his servants. How? Almost like a funeral march. Auf den Schultern. What's a Schultern? On your shoulders. Vortragen. Und da geschah, there's that word again, they had this word earlier, when the prince first shows up. Es geschah aber, and it came to pass, it happened that, and then here, da geschah es, it happened, that sie, meaning die Diener, the servants, über einen Strauch stolperten. We had the word stolperten or stolpern in one of the first stories we read this year about the guy at the train station. He goes rushing for the train and he stumbles over a suitcase. Stolpert über einen Koffer. Okay, but here, über einen, this is a Strauch is a bush. And the servant stumbled on a bush. Und von den Schüttern. Now, this is not shaking like people shake, like zittern, but schüttern is when you take hold of something like a chocolate milk or something and you shake it up before you drink it. Or you shake up, I don't know, a jar of mustard or whatever, before you use it. Something like that. So from the shaking, of course, when they fell and they stumbled, the shaking of the coffin, this is what happens. Für der giftige Apfelgrutz. Yeah, so this is like a apple chunk or something. And that little chunk of poisonous apple, den Schneewittchen abgebissen hatte, that she bit off, aus dem Hals. Aus dem Hals. It came out of her throat. Yeah, Hals we've had before. Hals is someone's throat. So der giftige Apfelguss fuhr aus dem Hals. Yeah. So just like, remember the comb? They took the comb out of her hair, and as soon as they pulled the comb out of the hair, she came to. And when she had the Schnurriemen tied too tightly, they cut the straps or the laces, and then she started to breathe again. And the other one was the giftige Kamm, Schnurriemen, yeah, okay. And now with the apple, this chunk of apple that was caught in her throat, it seems like, came out. Und nicht lange, not long, so öffnete, we have the verb öffnen for tomorrow, öffnen, to open. So öffnete es die Augen. Oh, she's coming back to life. Hob den Deckel vom Sarg in die Höhe. We've seen this phrase a lot here. In die Höhe, which means upwards, or something goes up, like they lifted her up and checked to see if anything was poisonous was on her. They lifted her up and saw she was tied too tightly. The dwarves did. Here she's hob den Deckel von Sarg. The Deckel is the lid. Is that what you call it on a coffin? The lid of a coffin? She opened the lid of the coffin up. She opened it upward. Of course, it would have gone upwards. Und richtete sich auf. So, for a while, so she sat up, richtete sich auf, und war wieder lebendig. This is what we had before. Lebendig. Yeah, she's sitting up. She's talking. Or she's thinking. She lifted the lid. And she has one question. I think it's always interesting that the dwarves' question for her was, what's your name? Among other things. But her first question is, ach Gott, wo bin ich? Wo bin ich? Rief es. Der Königssohn sagte voll Freude, full of joy, the best answer ever to the question, where am I? He says, du bist bei mir. Doesn't matter, like, geographically where we are. Doesn't matter that we're not at the dwarves' house or that we're not at the castle. Du bist bei mir. Ah, sweet. Ach Gott, wo bin ich? Du bist bei mir. Okay. So his falling in love with this thing, yeah, we know what it is. She came back to life. Sie war wieder lebendig. All right. I'm sorry we lost so much time with me getting back and forth to the story. We're close to the end, so hopefully, yeah. See, we only got a little bit more to. Well, we got this part here. explains this, and then there's Spieglein, and then all that, and so she only got a little bit of right here, the Queen after the apple incident. She finally got to hear the words she wanted to hear, but she's going to ask the mirror again, and there's a certain reason why she's going in front of the mirror again. We'll see what happens, you can imagine, because Schneewittchen is wieder lebendig. Yeah, lebendig. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Sorry we lost time, and I'm hoping we'll be back tomorrow. Also, we'll do the, like I said, I keep saying this over and over again, the quiz tomorrow, and I have a feeling we're going to be at school, but wait and see what Father Philip says. Okay, tschüss, auf Wiedersehen. Bis morgen.